Well, hello, this is Cherie Callahan in week 7 with Diana in Acne. And as you've been following along, we've been doing quite a bit of DMK. And she had just stage 4. I mean, pretty intense congestion there. And of course, you know, I didn't expect to get her completely free of everything in 8 weeks. But I can honestly say I wouldn't be surprised if she is acne free in terms of breakouts by the time we finish next week, which I think is pretty good. I'm pretty happy with that. We're going to be, of course, left with leftover scarring, although it is breaking up. And when I remove this, she's under the LED light with light stem. So what I'm sending her home with today is I'm sending her home with a 5% lotion, and she'll use it every other night. Now, I'm not going to be doing, next week I'm not going to be doing an enzyme, so believe it or not, I'm going to rotate her out with, and be, you know, this is going to shock a lot of people. I'm going to do 5% lotion and a low dosage of retinol lotion every other night. So, you know, those two things don't usually go together, right? But when you're dealing with this kind of scarring, I've had really good success with it. But it's all in how it's done. So it's about educating the client. What I'm telling the client is you're going to be doing this every other night and trading off. And then if you start to get too dry, you can drop the retinol and go to 2 nights a week and just stick with the 5%. And we're going to do that until she's clear, which is going to be maybe 1 week. And then we take her off of the benzoyl peroxide altogether, and she's down to just her retinol for the rest of her scarring. Now we're going to be dealing with scarring for probably almost a year by the time all's said and done, because she does have some, now that she's getting clear, she says, oh, I'm really seeing some pop marks and what have you. She didn't think she had those before. Well, of course she always had them, but she was so purplish in her color that that's all she could see was the color, the purple. She didn't realize she already had that scarring. So I told her no worries. Once we get her all breakouts all done and under control, and we've kind of moved off that color, you know, then we're going to go back and use some alkaline wash, and we're going to go into scar revision. So that's a whole nother thing. It's probably going to take us close to a year before she will probably end up getting compliments on her complexion, and right now to her that sounds like that could never happen. But I could see that in her future. We will get her there. It's just going to take a while. After I get her clear for the skin games, then I'll be seeing her once a month, and we'll be doing enzymes on her. And because we will hopefully have her free of breakouts, we should be able to sustain it with just her good home care, her, of course, using her Exoderma peel and her mask at home. Once I have her using it once or twice a week now, so she should be able to do that, and then come in for treatment with me once a month, and then different treatments depending upon how we're attacking the pigmentation and the scarring as we go along. But for the skin games, I'm expecting that next week, with that benzoyl peroxide, we should be able to take out the rest of that infection, whatever's left over, and the retinol should be moving off some of the color. So she might be a little dry, but I think we're going to see some pretty amazing results for 8 weeks, keeping in mind that with this, you know, this was a pretty advanced stage. Okay, so I'll show you when we're all done. Bye.